People talk loud when they want to act smart, right?
Correct!
So if we play loud, people might think we're good. Everybody ready? And the 1, and the 2, and the 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello class, today we're going to be learning about conditional statements. Okay.
That's his eager face.
So for my first example here, we have a restaurant, a chain restaurant, and I'm going to be using their promotional slogan, "What You Crave," from 1994. So we're going to start off with the conditional statement. A conditional statement acts as a logical link in mathematics. Creating such a statement is to take the idea of it and prove its viability, or how accurate it is, by seeing if it binds to a variation of statements. It's an if-then statement, that's how it starts out. So, for example, for this slogan, "What you crave," its conditional statement would be, if it's White Castle, then you crave it, like so. The inverse of a statement is essentially the negative of the conditional.
You're looking at it.
In contrast to the conditional statement, the inverse is the negative version of the conditional statement. So, if the conditional is, if it's White Castle, then you crave it, the inverse would be, if it's not White Castle, then you don't crave it. The converse of a statement is essentially when you switch the second subject of the conditional statement with the first. So for example, if the first part of the conditional statement is White Castle, and the second subject is craving it, then the converse would be, if you crave it, then it's White Castle. So you're switching these two. The contrapositive statement is the cancellation of the conditional statement. For example, if it's White Castle, then you crave it. The contrapositive statement would be, if you don't crave it, then it's not White Castle. You'll see that it sounds familiar to the inverse. If it's not White Castle, you don't crave it. But the difference between them is that this is a negative, and this only negates it. Those better be triangles! Okay, now for our next example, a 2010 promotional slogan from Wendy's. So, their slogan was, "You know when it's real." And an if-then statement for a conditional statement would be, if it's Wendy's fast food, then you know when it's real. So the inverse of this would be, if it isn't Wendy's fast food, then you don't know when it's real. While the converse would be, if you know when it's real, then it's Wendy's fast food. Because, I'm drinking in class. Third and final example for representing conditional statements is...
Oh no!
Okay, so our final example for conditional statements is going to be taken from Dunkin' Donuts' 2006 promotional slogan, "America runs on Dunkin'." So the if-then statement that makes up the conditional statement would be, if the place is Dunkin' Donuts, then America runs on it. And, well, the inverse, the negative version of it, would become, if the place isn't Dunkin' Donuts, then America doesn't run on it. The contrapositive statement would be, if America doesn't run on it, then the place isn't Dunkin' Donuts. While the converse would be, if America runs on it, then the place is Dunkin' Donuts. So the logical part of this entire lesson comes in when you take each of these statements, you repeat them, and see if their slogan, whether it's the Wendy's one that we checked out, or whether it's the Wendy's one that we checked out, or the White Castle one that we checked out, or Dunkin' Donuts, each of these statements have to become viable the more that we write them out. This is why the conditional statements exist. So, for example, the converse, if America runs on it, then the place is Dunkin' Donuts. Makes sense in a... Okay. we're going to run through each of these sentences and we're going to see if they are logical and if they match up with what they're trying to sell. So, if the place is Dunkin' Donuts, then America runs on it. Same as the conditional. That makes sense. So the inverse would be, if the place isn't Dunkin' Donuts, then America doesn't run on it. And that corresponds to this. So that's already a check. I'm just going to check it off. Contrapositive would be, if America doesn't run on it, then the place isn't Dunkin' Donuts. Which makes sense. I'm going to change that one. And then lastly, the converse is, if America runs on it, then the place is Dunkin' Donuts. Which, again, makes sense. So, it's true.
Check.
Okay, class, now that the lesson is over, would you like to ask any questions? This is why you have a substitute teacher. You wonder why.
Let's gather round the campfire and sing our campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it'll help if you just sing along.
This is where you have a substitute teacher. Come here.
I'll kill you.